Everyone. Today I am doing a manga review. This will probably be in about 3 parts. I'm doing One Punch Man, and today I'm just going to be covering what the first season of the anime covers, because it covers a fair amount. And this might be a longer video actually, because I've a good amount of things to talk about in the first season of the anime. Now, if you've never heard of One Punch Man, it is a kind of like a gag slash action manga where it's funny and it makes fun of the hero genre, and it does have some serious stuff happen in the story. It's a good mixture, I'd say. Now in their world there are monsters and heroes, and the monsters, we don't know exactly where they come from, but we don't really need to. Some people in their universe actually they can turn into it. Like in the first episode, you see a crab monster, and he says, "Oh yeah, I was originally human, but I ate so much crab, he turned into a crab monster," which is ridiculous, but it's funny. Now, getting into our main character, One Punch Man, and his name is Saitama. And Saitama, he has this extraordinarily strong physical power, where, as the title suggests, he defeats everything he fights with one punch because he's just so strong. And he does his punches extremely casually. It's pretty funny, because I know that doesn't sound interesting, but it's very funny. Now, in the first season, we just kind of see, in like the first episode, you just see him going through his everyday life, defeating monsters and everything like that. But then, we see a cyborg actually come, and he sees how strong Saitama is and wants to train under him. And the cyborg's name is Genos. And Genos, he's supposed to be a play on the classic shonen main character with a super long backstory. He had his family killed by a cyborg, and he wants to know who it was and find the cyborg and defeat him. It's very funny. The scene is hilarious, but then we find out that there's these people called the House of Evolution, and they try to come and kill Saitama. And of course it doesn't work. And they go there, and eventually they ask Saitama, "How did you get your powers? Like, what did you have to do to get your powers since you're so strong?" And he simply says 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day. And he never uses air conditioning in the winter or the summer. So that's that. And he did this for 3 whole years. And that's how he got his powers. And that doesn't make any sense. And when I first saw that, oh my goodness, that made me laugh so hard. But it was pretty funny. I liked it. And then he beats the House of Evolution. It was very easy. Because I'm trying not to give too many spoilers. Well, I'm gonna give spoilers, but like not in detail. Then he meets Speed of Sound Sonic, and he's kind of a main character in the story. He's not like very super important, but we learn that there's not just heroes and monsters. There are also kind of, I would not say bounty hunters, but people for hire, I would say. And I feel like Speed of Sound Sonic is a play on ninjas in general, like Naruto and everything. And he's pretty funny, but I won't give away all the stuff that happens in it. Now there's also what was after that? Oh yeah, Saitama gets his hero license, and he becomes a registered hero because he was for the last 3 years he has not been a registered hero. So whenever he's defeated monsters, nobody knew who it was, which is kind of funny. He destroys the physical fitness test, and he kind of bombs the written test, and Genos, he took it with him, and Genos did like 100% on everything. So he got promoted to S class, which is the highest class, because it goes S class, A class, B class, and C class. C class is the lowest. And S class is where, like, the monsters are. Like, not the monsters, but, the extremely powerful human beings that are heroes. Now, with Saitama, since he basically failed the written test, he got a 71 on his test. And he became a C-class hero. Which doesn't make sense, but that's what he is. Some shenanigans happen, and it's pretty funny stuff. And then we go to the Sea King arc. Now with the Sea King, he's our first actual major threat in the series, where there are A-class heroes that go to fight him and he destroys them easily. And he's considered a demon-class monster, which I think A-class should be able to handle that, but I'll be making a separate video about that. Probably a while from now, like a week or two. Now, the Sea King, he also fights our first S-class hero besides Genos that we see, which is Puri Puri Prisoner. And Puri Puri Prisoner is a S-class that's right above Genos, because I think there's about 17 S-class, and Puri Puri Prisoner is 16, and oh god. I'm not going to give away what it is, just in case you haven't seen it, but let's just say he's a character. Oh yeah, and also he was in prison with Speed of Sound Sonic, and they broke out. Now, Sea King basically destroys Puri Puri Prisoner. He beats Sonic. He beats Genos, and then we also see Licenseless Rider. Licenseless Rider is the #1 C-class hero. So he's pretty weak. He's about the strength of a normal human being, but he is he has the heart of an S-class hero, let's say that. And in the anime, it really makes you feel real emotions. Many people, like reactors and stuff like that, they literally cried when they saw Licensed Rider's speech. But of course, Saitama comes in and beats the Sea King. And there's some stuff that happens after that. Nothing really important, but it's a very good arc. Now, after that point, we go into, let me see, the Alien Invasion arc, which is my favorite arc so far in the anime. When a fortune teller that the Heroes Association has, and she was right a good amount of the time, she actually dies from seeing like a premonition, and she writes down on a piece of paper that the world is in trouble. And she's never used the word trouble, even in like Dragon class. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you guys about the monsters rankings. With the monsters, there's Wolf, which is not in the anime, but it's in the manga. There's Tiger, which is Tiger is a threat to like a good amount of people. There's Demon, which is a threat to a whole city. Dragon, which is a threat to multiple cities, where it could kill many, many people. And God, which is a threat to basically the whole human race. And she has never used that word, not even with Dragon class. So people were thinking, oh, this might be a God class that's coming soon. So they call all the S-Class heroes, and they call Genos, and of course, since Saitama's there, they bring Saitama also. And we get to see a lot of the S-Class heroes. And like I said, I'll be doing a separate video on the S-Class hero. Well, on the Heroes Association and the monsters in general in the series. Because I have a lot to say about that. But they say they have to prepare and everything. But, of course, they get no time to prepare, which is kind of a play on the... if anybody reads manga or watches anime or anything like that, it's a play on the thing like an arc where, like a training arc, like, oh yeah, there's a tournament coming up in like 6 months, let's train those 6 months to get stronger. It's a play on that, so they say, like, oh yeah, this might be like 6 months that is coming, and of course it comes right on the day that they said, like, right on the day that they all gather. So, after that, like a humongous alien ship comes and destroys the whole city except for the Heroes Association Tower because it was built in a certain way so it wouldn't get destroyed by normal means. Many of the S-Class heroes go out and fight the alien. Fight the aliens. And there was an alien that I've heard that there has been other other enemies in anime like this, but it's basically an alien where it has a it can regenerate itself, but it has a little orb thing that's in it, and if you destroy that, you basically kill it. And a lot of the S-Class heroes fight that. Now, Saitama, he actually jumps inside the alien ship and starts destroying it, and goes through everything. And we finally meet the leader of the aliens, and I'll say this now, a lot of people actually, not a lot of people, but some people think he is not God level, but his name is Boros, and he is basically the same type, I wouldn't say the exactly same type of being as Saitama, but he has been conquering worlds all across the universe, and he is a space pirate, and he said that he became so strong, his species and him became so strong that at some point he was too strong. Nobody could give him a challenge anymore, and he was basically bored. So he went to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller told him to go to Earth, and it took him like 30 years to get there. And him and Saitama fight. Now, this is my favorite fight in the series, like in the whole series so far. It's been my favorite fight. I personally like the manga version better than the anime version, but that's just me. But their fight is phenomenal. If the art in the manga is fantastic and the art in the anime is phenomenal. It's very good. And also, the anime is only about 12 episodes, so you could probably get it done in like 2 sittings if you want to. Now, Boros actually does a beam that he says can destroy the whole surface of the planet. And Saitama he actually technically gets serious because he calls it his serious punch and destroys Boros. It was epic, I'll say that. And that's kind of the end of the series, except for, almost forgot. With another S-Class hero, warns Genos to stay away from another S-Class hero. Drive Knight warns Genos of Metal Knight. And that Metal Knight is his true enemy. And that... Now, with that narrative, it's kind of been hinted that Metal Knight may have created the cyborg or the robot that destroyed Genos' home, which still hasn't been elaborated on. I hope it is eventually, even though it's kind of meaningless in the whole scheme of things. But that's basically the summary of the anime. Now, the next chunk I'm going to do, chunk number 2, is going to be on how the manga's been doing so far, like what's been happening in the manga. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions about the anime, or any questions for me about the series in general, please post them down below. I'm looking forward to your questions. Alright, bye guys.